I've seen many new bowlers get stuck trying to find their true release because they misunderstand or mix up these common ideas. Most of them fall into three classic mistakes. Number one, the myth of stay behind the ball. This is probably the trickiest tip in the history of bowling. It can make or break a bowler if you take it literally without context. The full version of this advice should be stay behind the ball just before the release point. The closer you can achieve this position right before release, the more optimized your shot will be. It doesn't mean you must keep your hand behind the ball 100% of the time. Physically, you cannot, right? As you can see, the fingers together with hand will naturally rotate to the side of the ball at the moment of release. Even if you don't intentionally rotate fingers, your bowling hand will finally flip to the side of the ball, simply because that is the natural resting position of the hand. If you try too hard to stay behind the ball while releasing, the ball will roll dead straight and never truly hook. Even professional bowlers finish their fingers rotating and the hand turning to the side of the ball. Many people see this kind of slow-mo videos and say, you should stay more behind the ball. But that advice often does more harm than good. It makes bowlers think they must try to keep the hand directly behind the ball 100% of the time, and that can completely disrupt the natural swing. And here's the truth. You cannot stay behind the ball just by forcing it at the last moment. Many bowlers overthink this and worry about keeping the hand behind the ball, which finally ruins the whole swing and release process. Stay behind the ball is actually an effect of a good setup, alignment, and swing timing. If you do those correctly from the start, you never have to think about it before the release. Number two, should you uncup your wrist? For two-handers, there is no need to consciously uncup your wrist during the release. Your wrist will automatically uncup when you think rotating fingers from the inside to the outside of the ball during release. The effect of the ball detaching from your hand while your fingers rotate uncups your wrist without you even think about it. This is the paradox between what we see, think, and what actually happens. What you see is just the effect of a proper biomechanics chain. If you imitate only what you see, you fall into a trap. Inserted fingers are the real trigger of the release. If you cue yourself to uncup the wrist first, your fingers will never complete the proper rotation. Why? Because uncupping early causes the ball to spill forward, which kills the ability of your fingers to travel around the ball. That's when you see the ball roll end over end with very little hook. Look at the difference. When your finger fully rotates around the ball shapes properly. When you intentionally uncup the wrist, the fingers only make half of the rotation journey, which is exactly why the ball rolls end over end. But if you cue rotate the fingers first, the wrist will naturally uncup as a result of that action. Finger rotation is the cause. Wrist uncupping is the effect. I believe this is one of the biggest misunderstood concepts in the modern bowling technique. Number three, role of the left hand. Many bowlers underestimate the importance of the left hand for right-handers and vice versa. If you are one of them, that might be the reason you struggle with your release. Your left hand is your friend. It helps you hold the ball in a sweet position or stable position and prevents early drops during the swing or release. Imagine if the ball drops early before you post it onto the lane, it will fall to the left of your body and miss the target. So if the left hand is your friend, don't intentionally detach it during release. Keep it on the ball until your bowling hand finishes the release. The left hand turning to the left side is just an effect of your fingers rotating to release the ball. You don't need to detach it consciously. Just let it happen naturally. It will automatically move aside after, I repeat, after your bowling hand triggers the release. So let's tie it all together. Firstly, understand the universal tempo principle. Secondly, identify your body's natural tempo intensity. Thirdly, is the action of fingers ungripping the ball by rotating from the inside all the way around to the outside of the ball, keeping the left hand supporting the ball until the release is completed. And finally, use the stopping of the sliding foot as the exact trigger for release. For two-handers, that is really all it takes. Keep it simple and you will bowl with both power and joy. An interesting fact is sometimes people find it hard to believe how simple and easy two-handers execute the release. Remember, bowling is not about forcing the body to copy someone else. It's about unlocking your own natural rhythm and letting it flow. In the next module, we'll explore how tempo intensity and release timing directly influence ball speed control, the most common issue for two-handers. Until then, keep it simple, trust your body, and enjoy the game.